His longest running talk show. Been doing it 30 years, and over that time, I have known Pam Tumpop for so many years. Of course, Pam had her own morning show here for a long time.
I loved every minute of it.
And you're so good at it. And, of course, you're the head of the Chamber of Commerce, the Maui Chamber of Commerce. Is very, very active, very, very active. And I remember when the first idea of Made in Maui came up, and I mean, I was thinking of it kind of like, it's a nice, much higher end swap meet. And then that first year I was out there, and everyone was blown away. It was at the MACC,
Yes.
and it was a little rainy.
It was that first year.
Remember that?
People lined up at 6:30 a.m. in the rain to get in that first year.
And you gave away, just like you do now, I still have a tote bag that works from that first one.
Fantastic.
And everyone was shocked how many people came out.
You know, really, we had about over 8,000 people, and now we're up to about 11,000 people coming each year, which is really a treasure. It just shows how much people really value locally made products.
Absolutely do. And you know what? You have really done so much for local businesses and entrepreneurs, because they've learned a lot of things about. A lot of them are not working out of a retail shop location, so they don't understand presentation or packaging, maybe, right?
That's
and
very
some
true.
of them do stuff online.
We have many of them start out as hobby businesses.
Yeah,
and
well,
so
you did your own line that you've
I
done.
do. And I still have a couple of my own businesses. I still sell T-shirts and children's onesies. I will not be at the festival this year because I'm managing this year's festival. But you know, it's an exciting program because this was not just about a big shopping day, although we certainly have a big shopping day, and that draws the excitement of the community as these 11,000 people come out to meet the entrepreneurs. But it's really about helping entrepreneurs grow. And as you know, we also have the Friday night where the wholesale buyers come in. But it's as you say, it's working with them, Cindy, from the day they submit their application, helping them look at their branding, look at their website. Our advisory group is a group of business development people. So as we're working with these companies, if they are interested in importing or exporting, if they're interested in selling, we ask them what sellers they'd like us to invite to the show.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they have
Wow.
a chance to even tell us what kind of wholesale buyers they'd like us to
I
invite.
love that.
We work with them on, if we see somebody who maybe has a stellar product, but really could tweak some of their marketing and branding, we give them honest feedback
Yeah.
and try and help them grow. And even for those who, as you know, it's a juried show, even for those who don't get to make it into this year's show, if there's things that we think that could help, or if they didn't make it because, you know, as we're picking the best of the best in each category, if there's things that we think they could do that would give them a better opportunity next year, we offer them opportunities to work with that business development team. Wayne Wong does free counseling services to help
I
the
did
businesses.
not know that.
And so it's all about supporting locally made products from the ground up, helping these companies, you know, because Hawaii's one of the toughest states in the nation to do business in, as we know.
It's very hard.
But we have a group of people to help and support these companies, and that's the
And we
joy.
have a wonderful group of people who support our local businesses, and that is expressed in this event. Now, let me start from the beginning again, because I didn't really say this. I assume people know, but we don't want to assume here. It's the Made in Maui 6th Annual Hawaiian Airlines Made in Maui County Festival this Friday and Saturday. It's coming this Friday and Saturday. And I have to thank Lynn Nishikawa.
Yes.
Was very kind, and she just dropped off some tickets to give away on the air.
Yes, fantastic.
So thank you, Lynn. You know, all of your people are wonderful. Amber and Lynn's people and everyone.
Well, Lynn and her daughter Casey, they are an amazing marketing team.
They are.
And
They're
they
so
just do a
wonderful.
stellar job for us each and every year. And Casey comes up with, you know, every year Casey redesigns our program, our
I
look.
didn't know that.
So it's new and fresh every year, just like the show. Because as even if we have returning vendors, they're always coming in with new products. And so the face of the festival changes each and every year.
Well,
And we
let's
have
give
fun
out the
things.
telephone number, and Gary will answer the phone because I'm talking. And you know Gary.
I love Gary.
We love Gary. Everyone loves Gary. Call 242-9533, 242-9533. And the first two people, the phone's already going, 242-9533. I think people called and knew the number immediately. Well, and I said I have tickets to give away, 242-9533.
Gary's already walking this way.
He's got winners
Hi,
already.
Gary. I
And,
didn't see him when I came in.
Yeah, he's always there. He does a little bit of everything. We love him.
244-9533.
Oh, I'm sorry, 244-9533. I'm giving. I almost gave out our office line, which that would be disastrous. All of our lines are like 244-9533. Thank you, Gary. 244-9533. And we have 2 pairs of tickets to give away for this coming Saturday. And you know what's amazing? This really is where people start shopping for Christmas. You notice that?
We
it is.
do.
It's really, this is because everyone would like to buy something local
Yes.
for Christmas, right? I mean, you want to buy something local. And when you go there, you're amazed at how many great things there are. Oh, my, and the first 2,000 people will get tote bags.
The first 2,000 in the door will get free totes, as well as the people who buy tickets on Friday night to the exclusive shopping day. So if they come that night, they'll also get opening ceremonies, poo-poos. Those tickets are a little more
A lot
costly.
of celebrities and people come to that.
They do. Those are $35 per person, children 12 and under for free, both
Very
days.
good networking.
Great networking.
Great networking.
They'll get to be a part, hear from the dignitaries, see the opening ceremonies. But what they love is they don't have the big crowds, so they get to spend
Right.
more time talking to the vendors,
Yeah.
learning more about. They come to hear about the passion.
There's also
the
some
people.
really cool raffle giveaways.
Oh,
as I
there's some
remember
really
as well.
cool raffle giveaways.
I went last year. My friend Christine won a night at the Grand Wailea.
That is the big prize, and this year we have 2 nights at the Ritz-Carlton.
Oh, my.
Kahului.
So well worth.
So we've got a big prize that night. Hawaiian Airlines is doing a miles giveaway, 120,000 miles.
I love
So
it.
we've got big giveaways, and this year we're doing something a little different. It's called Festival Bucks. So every hour on the half hour, beginning at 9:30, and then 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, up to 3:30, we're going to give away 2 $100 prizes in $20 increments of Festival Bucks.
Well, that's a wonderful idea.
So they can shop.
I
They're
love
not
that.
redeemable for cash, but they can shop at all the vendors, and then we exchange the Festival Bucks for cash for the vendors. And if the money is not picked up in the first hour by the folks whose name was drawn, you have to be present to win. If they don't pick it up, their cash rolls over to the next hour.
Oh, I love that idea.
So you know how people get, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry you missed your opportunity, and then they're all rallying for more money. But we're going to have a lot of fun with Festival Bucks this year. And in the past, we asked a lot of our vendors to donate things for the
Yeah.
prizes we gave away. And what happened was, at the end of the festival, many of them were won by visitors, so they had left, and we were tracking them
Oh.
down for weeks and months and trying to get them their gift. And we just realized, let them shop
Let
for
them
what
pick.
they'd like to have.
Right.
And the vendors actually have a chance to make more money this way. And it just seemed like a great, fun thing all around.
I love it.
So it's something we're trying this year, and it's going to be a hoot and a half. So
And of course, there's always very popular food booths there.
we've got 13 great food booths as always. The food booths are a juried show as well.
I know.
We're picking phenomenal things. There's going to be some new people coming in. There's some old favorites.
The coffees.
And we've got a lot of people sampling food, and we've
Cookies.
got coffees, cookies galore.
Fudge.
You know, I
No?
don't
No?
know about
Okay.
fudge. I'm drawing a blank on fudge. We had a fudge company who participated that just did fudge for a
Yeah.
number of years, but I'm trying to think. I think there's others. I'm trying to think if we've got fudge.
The
this year.
tea always does well.
We have
Isn't
the tea
tea's
that comes
back?
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so exciting to see these emerging markets.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the television station this morning, and of course, forever and a day, Kona has been known for the Kona coffee.
That's true. Yeah.
But Maui is an emerging coffee
Oh,
market.
absolutely it is.
And we have a phenomenal coffee association as well as different growers. And so we showcased a number of different coffee products. But years ago, Tina Rasmussen, the former Office of Economic
Yes.
Development Director, and I went to Philadelphia. And we were at a 11-day show called the Philadelphia Flower Show. And we had a coffee booth there. And we had all of our neighbor island counterparts also featured products from their islands. There was also coffee from Kauai and from Big Island. But people really particularly love the Maui coffee.
Isn't
and
that
so
wonderful?
For those who aren't familiar with the difference, for many visitors and guests who maybe have bought Kona coffee for years, come and sample our Maui coffee. We're doing some amazing things in coffee.
I totally agree. Oh, this is important, and I know, Amber, and you wanted to get the word out about this, and then we're going to talk to one of our guests here who's so sweet, Kate. Kate. Kate Carson. Not Kit Carson. Kate Carson is the owner of Knott's is here, and we'll be talking to her in a minute. She's going to be at the Made in Maui Festival this Friday and Saturday. But, it's such a huge event, and it's so popular that indeed all the parking spaces go, immediately. They're gone. They're just gone. So what you have to do is realize that there is amazing parking made available. There's parking not only at the MACC, but at UH Maui, which a lot of people are the go-to place there. And plus, the War Memorial Gym Stadium is going to have a shuttle going on Saturday.
Well, let me clarify a little bit.
Okay.
On Friday, which is our exclusive shopping date, we can use parking at the UHMC. And then there's parking at the MACC. But on Saturday, of course, they have the swap meet. So we need to be good neighbors on Saturday.
Good point.
So on Saturday, we have 4 different shuttle routes. So we have a shuttle route that'll go to Kahului Shopping Center. So that's between Burger King and Central Pacific Bank, that big parking area. So that's one. Queen Ka'ahumana Shopping Center in the front, off to the right. Then we're going to have War Memorial Gym and the stadium by the ball field. So kind of a third of the stadium parking by the ball field. And the shuttles will come. They're on a every 20-minute rotation. You can park there, get on the shuttle. You don't have to walk. They'll take you straight to the front gates. Then just imagine at the end of the day, when your bags are heavy and full, the shuttle will take you right back to your car areas. So no long walks. We realize that every year this is growing more and more free. Free parking, free shuttle service, and this year we have $2 bag check. So while you continue to shop, you can, the Maui Toastmasters is helping us out. The money goes to the Toastmasters for their contest. You can support the Toastmasters, park your bags in one of the Omori rooms at the MACC, and they'll watch your bags until the end of the day, so you can just shop away. And we've got massages this year, too.
I didn't know that. Now, that's a great idea. I may even partake in that because I'll be there all day.
$1 per minute, that's going to be good.
But you know what? You can even bring one of those little, push carts that you take to the beach, and that thing, and then you fill all your bags in that, and you don't have to worry. It can get, you can end up buying a lot of stuff. You really can.
Every year.
And I do too. And it's something you don't want to be stopped just because you're thinking, gosh, my tote bag's full. You want to be able to go the next,
And as they get heavy, it's awkward.
They do get
you're
heavy.
Walking around trying to feel other things. And that's what the fun is. People love to, I wait till we get to Knott's by Kate because people love to touch and feel the product.
It's true. Yeah.
And when you've got those bags on you, and we do also sell tote bags. So if you miss the first 2,000 in the door, you can visit the chamber booth. Yeah. We'll have some extras that you can also buy. But that's the beauty of this show. You're upfront and personal with the local manufacturers. You get, we always say local hands and hearts created these products, and people in Maui County really care about the pride and the quality. Mm-hmm. This is not stuff that's made in China. This is stuff that's made right here by people who care and want to represent Hawaii with love
aloha,
and aloha. And those are the people you're going to get to meet at this show.
I you couldn't say it better than that. That is so very, very true. And that's why it's so special. You know what's interesting, too? I want to remind people, you need to give yourself time. You don't just go and plan to be there for an hour and leave. Yeah. Sure, well, you're laughing because it's true. There's no way.
You're not going to get to see it all in an hour.
Yeah, because how many booths do you have this year?
We have over 140 booths.
Wow.
Hundreds of products in those booths because each booth comes with a variety of products. So hundreds and hundreds of products. And, and that's it. You're going to get to pick up the different bath and body elements and smell the different fragrances and look at the different packaging. And, I mean, there's everything under the sun, from art to jewelry. And
amazing stuff. Yeah. The clothes, the soaps, the oils, everything you could think of and more.
And exciting entertainment as well.
Oh, that's right. Last year was really good entertainment. I really appreciated it. It was like a whole-on entertainment show.
Well, let me tell you who we have this year.
Okay.
We're going to kick off, Friday. Let me start with Friday.
Okay.
So Friday, we always start with Maui Taiko drummers. We love the
Always
drummers.
a good way to start.
And then we are we're going to have some food trucks in the Pasha Food Court, but they'll also have the chance to win 2 nights at the Ritz-Carlton. And then they've got they'll get to hear opening ceremonies, so you'll get to hear from the mayor. Council Chair Kelly King is going to be there as well. And so they'll hear about the best booth contest and the best new food products. On Saturday, we kick off with the Air Force Band, the U.S. Air Force Band of the
What
Pacific.
time is that?
Let's see. I'm not sure. I believe it's around 9:30.
Because you open at 9.
We open at 8.
We open at 8.
The gates open promptly at 8, and people
early.
start generally lining up around 6:30.
Wow.
6:30 is the first time for the shuttles. And then we've got George Kahumoku Jr.,
Oh, George, I love George.
Kualalao, and Marty Dredd will be playing.
Oh,
so
that's great.
we are so excited that we've got great entertainment as well, and just really fun and exciting things going on.
Absolutely.
2 fashion shows as well.
Oh, great. Who's doing the fashion shows?
Well, we've got, Amber's still working with all of the different vendors on what's coming together, but it looks like we're going to have a keikii fashion show and an adult fashion show. So that's still a work in progress.
That is wonderful. Well, now we're going to talk with Kate. I haven't had a chance to talk to you, Kate. Kate's a beautiful young woman, and she has a wonderful business called Knots by Kate. And you kind of started it. You have 3 kids.
I do.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
you're single now, and
God
you're
bless
doing
you.
this because you had to handle being a mother with kids and all this, so you wanted to do something on your own. So you started this macrame, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you also teach it as well, right?
I do. I teach classes. I took about a month off of teaching to prep for this, but I was teaching every weekend.
Where?
Wow, where do you teach?
Usually at Friends and Fair, right on, right.
Oh, right up the street
right
here.
up the street
Oh,
there.
nice.
So we do plant hangers, wall hangings, and it's been great. I started it as a hobby. Actually, I went to a store because I had seen a macrame plant hanger, and then I went back a week later and it was gone. And I'd asked the owner, and she told me to get on a waiting list for the
Wow.
hanger. So I just thought, well, I'll just order some rope. And then it just became therapeutic. And for me, it was a way to make an extra income without physically leaving my kids.
Very nice.
I worked down the road, but it was something I could do at night. And it was therapy. It was just kind of...
So when do you do the classes up here? I just noticed that store opening up.
Yeah, it's great. So we typically do those classes Fridays or Saturdays. Last Friday, we did a wall hanging.
So I saw you brought in a lovely piece, and I got a chance to see
let's look
it. This
at it.
is not your typical.
It's not your typical 70s
It's
macrame.
not your typical. what you do is you put lovely, like this is a piece of driftwood.
It is.
And
I
it's
get all my
got
driftwood from the harbor.
And this is really a piece of art, and it's got a really unique design in it, like triangles and.
I tried to
and
do the
twist
Hawaiian
and
quilt.
It looks
that's
like
beautiful.
that.
That came to me right away.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And I do, there's so many great macrame artists out there, but I do try to bring something a little different and do Polynesian culture, like in terms of turtles and fish, but still give people a boho look as well. So yeah, I kind of tried to do the Hawaiian
And
quilt.
it's not what you would imagine, because it kind of feels like the sea. You've got this on this one. It's a turquoise one. There's different colors and lengths. The lengths are varying when it hangs down, so it's not just.
And it's soft. It's
And it's
not
got
a
movement,
typical
yeah.
waxy.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely piece.
Oh, it is.
It's a lovely
it's really,
piece.
See, that's the thing. We think of, especially a lot of people, when we saw the. Sorry, I'm getting pointed to use the microphone. Forgive me, folks, for listening. When we saw these beautiful pieces from Kate's application, these are really pieces of art.
Yeah, and we don't see a lot
even
of
the
these.
ones that she showed that were plant hangers, which many people are familiar with, or people my generation, and my mother's generation, we were familiar with macrame
These are
beautiful plant
typical.
hangers. But we were really so impressed, but not only by the plant hangers, but also these pieces of art.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of thing that you look at this and each one of us kind of went, wow, I could see that in this room or that room.
Exactly.
Sometimes art is so specific in terms of the picture that you think, oh, I really love that, but where would that go in my home? And yet you saw the macrame pieces and you went,
said, that'd be
wow,
nice. Yeah.
I could hang that here or there. So it's really great that you brought those to
Thank
share
you.
with us today.
And there was one you did with antlers.
Yes.
It was very unusual. I'd never seen. In fact, that's why I thought of Andrea Smith, because Andrea
oh
had done.
my goodness, yes.
This
look.
this almost
was a
looks
fish.
Native American or something. It's a fish.
It kind
Oh, I need the microphone there, hon.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
is.
it's. I'm
Oh, it
trying
is
to
a
hold
fish.
it.
Yeah.
So I
That's
try, and I do
beautiful.
a lot of custom pieces. Where they have a number of children, and they want a bird representing each children or a triangle. So
Oh, I
I try
love
to
that.
make it custom. I really do try to make every piece a little bit different. I
Right.
don't just cookie cutter some. It's hard for me to kind of mass produce because I want it to be special.
Right.
So each piece truly is made from me going to the harbor, me washing the driftwood, bleaching it, cutting each piece. And if I've gotten hours deep into pieces and just stopped because I don't like it, restarted, because
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not going to give
But
anyone
you're an
something
artist.
that I don't like.
So how long have you been doing this now?
Only about 2 years.
So how did you find out about Made in Maui and decide to enter?
Oh, a girlfriend of mine does it every year, and she told me, and I have to be honest, I didn't initially apply because I was intimidated. But it's I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it. There's so many people. But part of this in growing and teaching classes is you get a really great support system.
Nice.
And I've done some really big projects with different larger companies that come here, and I'm telling you, you don't get any support like you would a local company, because they embrace you and they're proud of you and they tag and show and represent. And so everyone's encouraging me, and I filled out the application and it worked.
And then she got in.
know. I'm so
Well, how many? But we should mention this, and we didn't mention it. It's very difficult to get in. You fill up, and you have a deadline.
We do.
And there's always a waiting list of people who want to get in.
There is, and it's as we mentioned, it's a juried show. And when we planned this, because you kind of mentioned, well, it's going to be like another swap meet, and we already had that in our community. So the point actually was to not be another swap meet, but to be different even from the Made in Hawaii show. So you've got this beautiful outdoor setting, leverage one of our crown jewels in Maui County, which is the Maui Arts and Cultural Center, and do this very high-end show, very classy show. So each year we put the applications out. They probably come out around March. And we really give them till about, usually it's late February, 1st of March type of thing. And then you have the application period till about the end of May. By July, we're already bringing people together to sit down and do the reviews of each company's application. Like I said, we look at their branding, their marketing pieces, their website if they have it, social media if they have it. We're really looking at kind of a whole picture, touching and feeling the products, understanding about the manufacturing process, and they have to do a little write-up on that as well, understanding where they want to go and grow. And each year we get far more applications than spaces available, and we then put them into the product categories, and then we pick the best of the best. We do have a waiting list, sometimes even up until the last minute. We recently had somebody for, unfortunately, things come up in people's lives, and sometimes people are not able to then do the show. So it's amazing how even people on the waiting list will think, okay, I've really missed my window of opportunity. I'm not going to get to do it this year. And sometimes when enough spaces open up, we get more in. But even to this day, we still have people on the waiting list that will not get in this year. And each year, it's still a juried show. So even if you got in one year, you still start the whole process again the next year, because it's all different competition.
Well, were you surprised when you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Did it help you to know that you were recognized?
It did.
And did it give you some
Absolutely.
more self-confidence and esteem?
It did. It's easy to get lost in, doing something handmade yourself and working really hard and kind of, in a sense, isolating yourself in order to build your brand and business. So to have someone recognize it was...
Well, I think that's what it takes, too, because, I have done my own business, and this is my
Yes.
business as well, and you certainly have, too.
Yes.
And I have total empathy for people who are small business people. there's a lot of work. It's a lot of expense. There's a lot of overhead, and it's a hard job, and you have to be very, very committed with a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of dedication. And you also really, that element we were just talking about, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Even if other people go, I don't know, because it can happen. You never know. Not everyone might be 100% behind it.
And a lot of discipline. You have to
That's
discipline
true.
because it is such a big event that you want to come with your A game. So I mean, I have friends that are like, "Oh, let's go and have dinner." I'm like, "I can't. I made a Maui." Like, it's like in 6 weeks. I'm like, "I know, but I'm not going to screw that
No,
up."
but I need to be. Yeah, and that's the thing too with a lot of entrepreneurs. I mean, a lot of people, again, some start at different levels. Some start as hobby businesses, but you wear so many hats, right? You start with a product idea, something you're passionate about or you love doing, and you start there. Then you realize, okay, I have to know quite a bit about marketing. And if you don't know about marketing, then you either have to find resources who know about marketing and packaging.
You
and,
have to wear all
and
the
all
hats.
of these different things.
Yeah.
We were just having a conversation the other day about UPC codes. And as people grow through this show and wholesale buyers want to pick them up, those are the kinds of things that are the next steps that they need to get their UPC codes. And but even before then, wholesale pricing. And so many entrepreneurs that we work with, especially when we start as a hobby business, when we go through their expenses and we look at this 51% valuation, it's like, well, where are you paying yourself
Thank
in
you.
this equation, right?
Very good
We
point.
have to educate them. Make sure you're paying yourself. Make sure we give them resources and teams of people who can help. But it's always this inching up, because often we start with a great idea, but we don't have the resources to hire all the expertise we need. So it's this bootstrapping back and forth as people are moving forward till they make it. But this show is about opportunities, supporting local manufacturers, giving them opportunities to grow. I'm so glad that you had the confidence and the support. Because, and we want to encourage people, and that's part of, I think, one of the things we want to get over is even if somebody doesn't make it in a particular year, there might be many reasons. It might not have anything to do with we don't like the product. Sometimes the product's phenomenal, but we also realize they don't have the capacity to grow as well, or the packaging's not quite. This is where you also get free help by applying. You've got these business development team, these people who are coming together, giving assessments on products, helping you see. And even though you might not get in one particular year, they'll help you grow. That's what we're here to do.
Now, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking with Pam Tumpop, the director of the Maui Chamber of Commerce, who's very, very, very busy, very active. Literally brought her suitcase with her because she was on K-Show and this morning promoting this event, the 6th Annual Hawaii Airlines Made in Maui County Festival. Thank you, Hawaiian Airlines, for being a sponsor as well.
Airline.
And your other sponsors as well. And we're happy to sponsor this always because we love this event. And it's wonderful. We just and I love that you brought a couple of great people in. And because, that's another part of the marketing, right, is being confident enough to be able to also be on the radio. She came with her game show on, looking good and pretty. And people can do big things. And going, I'm not going to go on the radio. It's like, just like you. You had to go on TV this morning, and
yes.
It's part of what you do when you want to do your product. You got to get your whole game face out there and be able to present it to the world, which is hard if you're a homegrown entity sometimes.
If you're a little shy. It's funny, I always say to people, radio is a great start. If you've never done TV or any kind of major promotion, radio is a great start because at least Cindy did offer to do Facebook Live, and we kind of went, that would be okay, Cindy. I said, I think I'm a little windblown at the moment, having just run in. But it's a great start because you can be yourself and feel more comfortable. You don't have to worry about how you look while you're sharing these things, and that's awesome. And it's about progression. But the one thing that we really encourage everybody is all of the entrepreneurs we work with are passionate about what they do. Mm-hmm. And it's really just
that's
sharing
contagious.
that. It's contagious.
It is. That's
so
the
they
most
can
important
just tap
thing in
into
sales.
that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up because if you want to sell something, you have to have a passion for
You
it.
have to love what you're
That
doing.
enthusiasm is contagious. It is, and it sells. And
And you know that more than anybody
Oh,
with all your products.
No, it's true, and it's hard. Like
Yeah.
I've done 7 books and 7
Yeah.
CDs, and I've just told the other day by the Friends of the Library, we're not going to be carrying CDs anymore. It's like, okay, time for Plan B. CDs. She says, well, people aren't buying CDs anymore. Like, oh dear, now what, right? But you do the MP3s and the others.
Yes.
But now we're looking at what else you do,
Right.
and you have to grow with the times, and you have to be
Right.
flexible, and you have to change. And you have to freshen up even your website, and do your blogs and do
Keep
everything.
it new. Keep it exciting.
Yeah, and we have another wonderful guest you invited in here, Eric Cruz of Salsa Cruise. I guess you're not related to John Cruz of the Cruises. There's so many cruises here on the island, right?
There is a popular name, apparently.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very, very popular. And you brought a lovely lady who looks like she's related to you.
I'm his wife.
I figured. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to get in trouble here. And what's your name?
I'm Brittany.
Oh, let's
Hi,
bring you
Brittany.
in. Get you in. Oh, we'll bring the other mic over here. So we were talking with Pam earlier about how popular the different food products are.
Yes.
And of course, you've seen this also when you go and do the Japanese, and you have a special show you do in Japan and everything.
There is a food show that we send many companies to, not necessarily the festival, but the county has participated and the state has participated in sending people to a food show in Tokyo, and we've also
Which is
sent
big.
people to a big Tokyo gift show. So out of this festival, other opportunities have emerged.
and people have become stars.
And people have become stars in these shows.
the
Yeah,
cookie lady,
absolutely.
the cookie lady.
Maui Cookie Lady's done very well. Well, also that was a different show, and those buyers are coming. There was the Honkyu show, which Honkyu is a huge department store, and they come, and they'll be coming this year to the festival as well. They sort of hand-selected a number of vendors, and so food products were like Molokai bread was there, and Mitzi Maui Cookie Lady was there, and as well as other products, because it's a gift. It's a department store, so they also had art, they had jewelry, they had paper products, but food is definitely
what
a part
a
of
gift
that.
to be a part of that. My
Yes.
gosh, that's a home run,
It's awesome, but
It is.
also that's one of the things that we here to teach, because to do an international show also comes at high cost.
Oh, yeah.
And high volumes
And
and
shipping.
production. You talk about gearing up and getting ready, shipping,
Insurance.
customs,
Yeah,
so all these things, and particularly in food, right?
Oh, yeah.
To meet the food quality and the safety certifications. So we have a team of people, Luana Mahi, who we were talking about earlier, and others, help people understand how to get in those markets when they're
so he's
ready
bringing
to
out
grow.
his beautiful. Okay,
Oh my
so-
goodness, taste
so Eric,
testing.
Eric
We
brought
love
in.
that.
And Eric, I have to just ask you, how
Yeah.
did you get started? Because there's like this. Oh gosh, there's just like this really high test challenge thing if you're going to do salsa. It's like everyone goes, well, can this salsa meet this level? Because people judge a person on how good. At parties, you see it first, right? How
Of
good
course.
is the salsa, right?
I think that things have changed in the salsa industry, or just in general people's taste buds. I mean, if you just even look at what people are drinking today, you'll see people that are in their 60s and 70s, sometimes even their 80s, having the hoppiest beers there are, and that didn't happen 10 years ago. So people's taste
Right.
buds have evolved. And I feel like what hasn't happened is the salsa industry hasn't evolved. So
You might be right there.
we're coming with a bigger, bolder flavor to actually match up with the taste buds of people that have evolved that they want. So
And you have
that's
a
what we
lot
have.
of different
We have
styles, not
4
just one.
flavors in
We have
front of
4
us.
core flavors. We have a mild, medium, hot, and a pineapple.
I like it. You have Lahaina hot. We
Yes.
can all relate
Yes.
to Lahaina hot.
Baby Beach mild, Maui medium, Lahaina hot, and Pineapple's Paradise.
I love
I
the
love
pineapple,
it.
so I
Okay.
assume that Pineapple's Paradise has some pineapple in it.
Absolutely. A lot, actually.
Kate
It's
put
Maui
it.
Gold.
She put it in her mouth and said, "Oh my God, she's in
Thank you.
love."
Thank you.
Okay, we're doing some.
Okay, we're
Cindy,
gonna
while
do-
you're here, we're going to
We're
do
going to
some
do some taste
testing.
testing. So which one is this?
This is the Lahaina Hot.
Oh, the hot. Okay.
So you ready to be brave?
So let's talk about what you're doing this, because I can't eat and talk.
Okay.
Let's talk
Okay.
about what you
I'll eat
decided
this.
to go in Lahaina hot, and what's the ingredients of the salsa cruise.
Well, we're using all organic tomatoes. We're trying to use as much organic product as we possibly can.
And that's not easy. You have to make sure organic isn't what people think it is.
Correct.
Organic isn't just that means it's health. You have some very strict standards.
very strict. And not only strict, but it's also who's doing it, how they're doing it,
Right.
and everything. So, so we're using, various different spices and peppers, just kind of coming with a bolder flavor. The pineapple one is definitely, the Pineapple's Paradise is definitely our best seller.
Is it because it says pineapple?
Yes. So it's going to be more sweet on it. We are using Maui Gold pineapple.
Thank you, Kate. I got to taste it. Okay, I got to taste the
We
pineapple
are using
one.
Maui Gold pineapple, which I believe
Is
is
the best
probably the
pineapple
best
in the
pineapple
world.
in the world, right?
It
Is this
really
it?
is.
So
Yeah, and it looks different. This is Salsa Cruz, handcrafted salsa. I have to compliment who did the graphics. It looks lovely.
Beautiful.
You have like a sunrise with the beautiful color, or that means it's a sunset. But there's the sun and the beautiful colors of pinks. You have the lovely palm trees on either side. And you
Yes.
have a lovely ingredients and all the you have the calories in the back. Only 10 calories. I can eat the whole thing.
I was going to say,
Oh,
I'm
some
gonna
people
say
do.
something on it, but I don't know. What, 10 calories per what?
2 tablespoons.
Okay, I was
tablespoons,
gonna say,
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more. This is a package that you're going to be very happy with every party. There is a substantial amount of salsa in each of these containers.
Oh, yeah, they're
Pound.
big. They're big.
1
A
pound.
pound. Okay, so a lot of tablespoons in this, but I've got to tell you, because first of all, I like every flavor from really mild to very, very hot, and these are all delicious. And I love that you're using Maui Gold, and Maui Gold will be at the show as well.
Yes.
So I love that you're using Maui Gold pineapple because
And with our labels, we really try to bring in what people remember of Maui: the sunsets, the palm trees, bright colors.
This is wonderful. It's delicious. It's organic tomatoes, organic tomato juice, sea salt, which I love, and I can taste that some citric acid in there as well. Garlic in here. I love it.
delicious.
All organic garlic, yeah.
Sea salt, organic garlic. And a little bit of jalapeno there.
I
Jalapeno
gotta have some
peppers.
jalapenos with your salsa.
Yeah,
a little
get
kick.
it a little kick, huh?
Need
How
some
much
kick.
does it take in testing to get these just right?
Well, this is now 10 years in the process of me doing it. What actually happened originally is I am a huge spice fan and really like the heat. So when I first made the salsa 10 years ago, only a select few people would be able to handle it. Brittany, over the years, she loved the flavor of our salsa, but couldn't eat it on a regular basis. So what I started
Little too hot,
doing
yeah.
was starting to kind of
Back
back it down the heat, and through trial and error, now we have our 4 core flavors.
Baby Beach mild.
Yeah.
For that, and it's delicious.
Yeah, and it still has like a little bit of a kick too.
It does. Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that it still had a bit of spice because after all, it is a salsa.
Do you ever use some of these and sauces in dishes that
Yes.
are made?
Yes.
What do you use? Like I could almost see that Baby Beach mild put into a nice enchilada or a dish like that. What do you use it in?
Well, the Baby Beach mild and the medium I've actually used like in the hot pot or the crock pot, and then just like steep it all day. And then I use mushrooms mostly, maybe a little bit
you?
of garlic or shrimp. My
that
friends
would be
use a lot of
delicious.
pork or
Delicious.
chicken.
Interesting. I want to guess. So mushrooms and the salsa
Well,
together.
I just use the mushrooms instead of like the shredded pork. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, it just marinates really nicely. Gives it the nice spice. The pineapple is really good on fish tacos.
I was going to say.
or
Oh,
shrimp
good
tacos.
idea.
Actually, I could see both. The Baby Beach mild and the Pineapple Paradise, being phenomenal.
Should I dare
For
try
me,
the
I
hot?
ser-
Let me try the
Try the
hot.
hot. I love it. I like hot, but I really love it. But for me, at a lot of my parties, I have people of different ages. And so for some of them, the hot on the fish might be a little bit much. Now, I personally love it. I could eat that all day. Next time we have game day, we're doing that. It's spicy.
I like
It
it.
is a little spicy.
It's spicy. Me too. Yeah, I love hot. I actually...
This has a different texture. Each one has a little different texture. This one is a little thicker, right? Have you ever tried it with different things like noodles or over different rice dishes or anything like that?
I've eaten it with quinoa or like a Mexican rice bowl with black beans and guacamole.
Oh, that would
That's
be
really
delicious.
tasty.
That would be delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would be great with guacamole.
yeah. I mean, it's great by itself.
Have
The
you
reason-
have you yet approached? I'm sorry, I'm still chewing. So I'm
I am on the
talking to you.
microphone, too. I'm sorry.
Do you ever approach some of the hotels and the restaurants and some of the different people in the big hotels will try to carry this and have it when they serve for the visitors?
So, believe it or not, this is actually going to be our debut.
Yay.
You're kidding?
Yeah, the Made in Maui County Festival is
Wow.
where we're going to kind of try and put our foot out there. We just completed a couple months ago. The Maui College does a really great program, the
Yes,
Maui
they do.
Food Accelerator Program.
Mm-hmm.
So we just finished that.
How long did
and
that take?
I think it was 8 weeks.
That's a
Yeah.
serious course.
Yeah, it was really nice. 8 weeks, and then at
And
the end you
they
get to do your big
include the
pitch.
marketing and the packaging and all of that thing? No?
They definitely assist and get you on the right track. We kind of came in there with already, what we wanted to do, idea, what we had our labels already set, but we just didn't know how to implement and get into the market of the food industry.
Well, that's true, too. And how did you end up applying for Made in Maui? Because that started... I mean, this is like your big debut, right? Let me just have you hold something up. I'm going to take a picture of you here. We're holding one of your product up. There we go. A lovely...
Our mentors, actually, Chris Spear, Gary Albitz.
Chris Spear's wonderful, yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
kind
Gary,
of,
too.
they kind of pushed us into applying. We weren't real sure because this was our first year applying. We didn't know if we were ready, but we took a chance and we got accepted. So we're really excited about that.
There's a lot of regulations in doing food products.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You know,
We've
you know
learned that.
Jack. Jack's wife makes some very, very amazing barbecue stuff and salads and
Absolutely.
dressings and things. And she wanted to do it, but she was kind of really taken aback by all the regulations you have to be able to sell food product or even have it even at Made in Maui. There's certain regulations you've got to meet.
Well, you do have to, you definitely have to follow the State Department of Health food regulations. And then again, as companies grow and succeed, as you start expanding out, you get into other regulatory environments as well. But, I don't want people to get hung up on that because
Thank
we
you.
have experts like Chris and Gary is also one of our strong chamber members and an ambassador. Gary Albitz is great. And again, Luana Mahi. These are people who will take companies who work in the food realm, whether it's sauces, whether it's candies, whether it's pies or what have you. They help them get the right packaging. It also, in food, the packaging to give you shelf life and the ingredients to give you shelf life and
Good
those
point.
kinds of things. So we have experts on island who can help you get your UPC labels right. They can help you get your ingredients down right. A lot of people don't understand the difference on how they do the product labeling. Some things that might be allowed at, say, a craft fair are not allowed in the grocery stores. So we help companies take it to the next level.
So when you're doing something like this, and this is really, it's a very intensive work situation you've got here. Did you have to go beyond your own kitchen to find it?
Yes, absolutely.
Where did you do that? Because that's a big issue too. You have to find a special kitchen you can use to make all this, right?
Yes, and we are very fortunate that there is a certified kitchen in Lahaina at Lahaina Loft. Denise Black has been helping us a lot with that.
Nice.
So thank you to you, Denise, if you're listening. She kind of took a chance on us using her
Good.
kitchen, and it's a certified kitchen, so we're able to work out of there.
The other issue, and I know you know this is true of him, is how do you know how much? This is what people always go to when they go and do fairs and food tastings. How do you know how much to make? Because this is your first year. You don't know how much to bring. So what do you do? What did you do in this case, Eric?
The answer is a lot.
That's an answer we like, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, we ourselves are going to be around the 1,100 unit.
Wow, okay. That's a lot.
That
That's a
is.
lot.
We figured that with last year, 11,000 people arriving, that, we're expecting probably even more this year, that we've got to be ready. And we'd rather have more product on hand. But
That's more than will fit in one cooler.
Yes, yes, definitely. And I know, but I have spoken to a couple other vendors that have been doing this show, and they've had big, successful years the last couple of times. So they've kind of said, well, this is kind of the number that I went with, and so we're not going as much as we planned to originally. But we think that with that that amount, we think that we're going to sell
So
out.
you've been in the kitchen.
Oh,
We've been in the
You've
kitchen.
been-
Okay,
I smell
you
like
might be-
salsa right now. My hair, I was like, oh my gosh, honey, my hair actually smells like salsa just from being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And when you see this, Pam, because you're working so hard promoting, getting this out there, but this brings it home. When you
Oh.
see the people working hard, this is
Yeah.
the first year they're doing it. They're a beautiful young couple, and they're putting their heart and soul and their labor and their work in. how important this is. This is very important to you guys, right?
It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It changes lives, and that's the thing. You know, this has been. I've worked with local manufacturers for about 25 years of my life, going back to Maui Economic Development Board and running a manufacturing extension program. And it's hard to do manufacturing in Hawaii. It's hard. We have challenges that other areas of the country don't have. But we have the heart, as we were talking about earlier, and we have the people with the passion. And when you find something you love doing, and you put your heart and soul in it, it changes your life. It changes all sorts of opportunities for you. And I'm excited to see. What you folks can't see is what Cindy and I are looking at. And we are looking at the most beautiful couple who are both smiling and
Yes.
glowing,
Yeah.
and their eyes are
And you
twinkling.
can see they put their heart and
and
soul
they're
into
they're
this
proud
product.
of these
Yeah.
products because they've worked. You know, they've put their heart and soul into it and put many hours into the development. And, you know, this doesn't just happen overnight. It takes months and years. And as you were saying, that you were refining recipes. Your palate was a little,
Right.
you could go spicier, and yet you're refining and developing to get things to the masses.
Well, I want to bring up one thing that I have found when I walk around Made in Maui is really very, very popular. Having taste tests. Are you going to be having, because people love to go to booths
They want a sample.
and check, they do want the sample. So have you planned to do taste tests?
We're ready.
You ready?
We're ready. Oh yeah.
I mean, that means you're going to have a lot of chips
A lot
out
of
there.
chips.
Lot
That's
of
where you're
chips.
like, how many
Lot of
bags of chips should we
Lots of
buy?
chips and-
Yeah.
We should have taken a course of how to do it from the aunties at Costco because they're pretty good at it.
Yes, they are. They know. They got it down. Those little paper cups. I highly recommend some of them.
That's a good point. And this is going to also be invaluable in research to you because you might have one you think this is the most popular one, right? You probably have your favorites right now.
Right.
Which is your favorite, Eric?
Me personally, it's the Lion of Hot.
Yeah, I was.
And what's yours, Brittany?
I love the pineapple.
Okay. But you'll find out by looking at people all day long there what is the most popular one
Right.
for them because you might think this, and maybe it will be. Or maybe the Baby Beach Mild will sell, like 100. So this is where you get on the public and you get that feedback that's invaluable, right?
No, it's very true. And even, for whatever your product is, the product feedback that you get is invaluable. And we tend as entrepreneurs, I say this because I have my own lines, but we tend as entrepreneurs to sometimes go bigger, right? And we create more.
Yeah.
And of course, that means you've got more in inventory,
More websites, more
you've
this,
got-
more
you've got-
blogging, more.
There's a lot more things that you have to
Yeah.
have, like even on my little onesie line. So I had more designs, but from this one show, I was able to pare down. So like Cindy said, then you have your level of concentration, and also then you have feedback to give to the stores and the buyers.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we learned at the show. Here's what we're seeing, and buyers are going to sample themselves too, and buyers will come and maybe say, hey, my market can go really, really hot, or my market can't go really, really hot.
Well,
or,
and you never
you
know. Might be someone that comes that you don't know they own a restaurant. You may not know
That's
that
right.
they might be the one that does the catering for a restaurant.
That's right.
And then they show up and they taste it, and you go, "Wow, okay, we need to carry this in our restaurant, right?" Or because Maui's a small community, and it's amazing what can happen.
Very
when you
diverse.
have a good
now
product.
they will know a little bit. They might not know exactly who they are, but there are names and should be companies. But
I'm
we
talking
have
about on even
badges.
Saturday.
Well, they have to wear a buyer badge to come in. So the buyer.
No,
you
but
know,
I'm saying
Saturdays
it's a
are-
regular Saturday event when people come.
well, when
just
people come
neighbors
who
and
aren't
friends.
coming Friday
Yeah.
night, that's
That's
true.
true.
You'll
Yeah.
have same people, and
Yeah.
they'll come in, and maybe they didn't register as a buyer. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Chefs of restaurants.
chefs
and-
of
Right,
restaurants. and-
exactly.
Yep.
Because everyone knows someone, and you never know who that
That's
person is. That could,
exactly right. You're right.
so I just have to ask you this too. You put all this work into it, and it's like you don't know how it's going to go. You don't know if it's going to hit the home run and you sell 1,100 and you completely sell out, or you go, oh, we did okay, But it's kind of hard when you put your heart and soul into something as you have this. And this is what owners and operators and business people
Take
do.
risks.
You have to take that risk, and you have to really be out there. What have you envisioned, or what would you envision to happen from this Made in Maui event with your debut product of Salsa Cruz?
We sell out. I mean, that's what we envision.
That's what we hope
We
for.
definitely do. I mean, if we come back with inventory, and we can still sell it. It doesn't mean that, whatever, we have to throw it out because it didn't sell that many in Maui. We can, there's other avenues of selling our product still.
Right.
Giving out samples to people that weren't able to come or friends.
Well, the thing is, each flavor is distinct and
It's true.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Really. So
Thank you.
you've done a phenomenal job. And as Cindy said, you've got these beautiful labels. It's everyone is bright and fresh.
Yeah.
And it's just it's the difference of heat, and it's a difference of sweetness.
And each one tastes very different, too.
Yeah, they do. They taste
they're
very
very
different.
unique. Yeah, very unique.
And so, and for salsa lovers, I think you're also very generous giving them a pound, because
That's true.
So for salsa lovers, I mean, I can see me taking all of it home. I would want to take them all home, but then I got to store them for a couple of weeks, because I can go through a lot of salsa, but I can't go through 4 of these in a week.
Then you give it away,
but yeah, gifts. Gifts, because everybody loves salsa.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Salsa, even I always tell people too, my friends come over and I'll have my, charcuterie or my cheese board, and I always have one with salsa, just a special board with salsa. And then all different kinds of cheeses around that go really great with that salsa. And
What would
tortilla
it
chips
take
and
to get this in a store? I mean, because there is even that leap of faith, not just but obviously there's a restaurant market and then there's the store. What would it take to get it in Foodland or something like that? Is that a real hard process as well?
It's a selective process, because in the stores they're looking at their shelf space and refrigeration space, and there's costs to getting in stores and placement
I hadn't thought about that.
And shelf life.
And
That's a big
the
one
shelf
for
life
retail.
is huge.
Yeah.
The containers and the ingredients that give you that shelf life. I do want to point out that not only did you have a phenomenal lid, but you also had the seal around
That's
the top,
right.
which all of these things
Make a difference.
Your labeling in terms of what the store is going to pick up to be featured in their store. Your ingredients. So some stores want purely organic, and other stores don't mind as much, and it's about flavor profiles and things. So what it is it really talking to all those buyers, and we will have many buyers
for
there.
Friday is a special VIP
It's
night.
for Friday. Many also come back on Saturday as well, but Friday is the Wholesale Buyers Day.
And then you can park in the MACC parking lot.
And then you can park in the MACC parking
And
lot
it's
and
$35.
UHMC that on Friday night.
Can you buy your tickets at the door? Or
You
how do
can buy
people-
your tickets at the door, but you can buy them now. The exclusive shopping day tickets, $35, are available at the Maui Arts and Cultural Center right now. So you can go ahead and get those. And again, for those people, especially when you go over and see Eric and Salsa Cruz, I want you to, for those who are people with wanting to have discriminating tastes and want to take the time to sample all these things, Friday's your night.
Yeah.
Because Friday's the time when you're not competing with all these other crowds, where you can
Where
take the
there's
leisurely
thousands
time,
of-
like we just did, to sample 4 flavors, to have a minute between sampling to think about which one you really enjoy, or not which one, because I'm telling you folks,
They're all
if you're
good.
salsa fans, they're all really, really good. So it's about how many you're going to buy and how many you're going to keep in your refrigerator and hand off to your friends and family. But they're all delicious. But Friday's a great night to do that.
And you can also get tickets. The tickets are $35 for Friday night. How much are they for Saturday?
Saturday, they're only $5.
That's a steal.
And we
That's
can
wonderful.
do that, given
Yeah.
the great support from the County of Maui. I think it's imperative that we thank our county for their generous contributions to support local manufacturers and to make this festival such a great success and keep it affordable, both for the attendees who want to come shop as well as for the local manufacturers to keep
Yes.
the booth prices down.
It's been wonderful that the county's gotten behind it, Maui Economic Development, you, Pam, and the Chamber of Commerce, and Lynn Nishikawa. It's all done first class, and it makes Maui proud.
We are
It is
so
Maui proud. There's nothing like what you see on that day makes you feel so good in your heart when you see all these wonderful people who do all these great products out there giving their all, coming up with these great products that are unique to Maui. It's a wonderful event.
And Maui County. We also
Yes.
have representatives from Molokai and Lanai.
That's right.
And they come in
Yes.
from the islands, and our folks from Hana come in every year. So we have people,
That's right.
people who are really making great strides to be here and showcase what they do and do well.
Where's your booth going to be, Eric?
We're at booth 142, which is going to be pretty close to the stage.
Wonderful. Well, I'll be back there as well. I'll be in the courtyard there. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's a huge, huge event. I mean, truthfully, I just always think this is nothing else like this event. So I hope everyone comes out and has a chance to experience what great stuff comes from Made in Maui. It's really a great event. And I know it's going to be
so proud of our
successful.
county and community if you come to this event, and that's why people line up at 6:30.
Yes, and it opens at 8.
Gates open at 8,
And
the
it
blessing
closes on
starts at-
Saturday?
and it closes on Saturday at 4:30.
All right. Well,
4:30.
we will see you there.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Aloha. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
you.
Aloha.
Aloha.